Welcome to the VIP section.
J baby y'all. 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 The vibes. Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on. If you like all the hip hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shay Baby's bringing to the table, make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes. Yes, sir. Yeah. Shay Baby. All right, we in the mix today. Everything is good. Yeah. Frank Johnson, what's good? I get that money, what it is. Shout out to Murden. Austria's in the building early. That's what I like. Yeah. That's what I like. Shout out to Nishi. Nishi's here today. We get some Nishi action today, y'all. Don Coop, what's good? Nisha's in the building today, all day today with us. Yeah. We got some Nisha action today. That's a fact. So you know today is day 3 of this Diddy smoke. So you know today we definitely are going to be on a lot of Diddy. We're going to talk about the game, getting this house taken by the feds this morning. Yeah. Feds ran up in this house. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your man Jimmy Buckets. Yo, I can't lie. The NBA is rocking. The NBA is rocking. I can't cap. So shout out to the NBA for, I guess I kind of want to say, giving us basketball back again. Because it was trash for a very long time. I can't lie. Oh, let's get a little Jadakiss in there.
What it is, baby. Kiss. Shout out to Shay Baby TV, the hottest shit on the internet. Giving flowers, showing love, no hate, no sucky shit.
That's right, we in the mix. Dog Coop, what it do? Let's give everybody a rollout early. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. Yes, sir. It is lit. Shay Baby. All right, so let's get into it early, man. Oh, okay, so remember Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Remember her? Yeah. Shay Baby. She's out of here. There's a new thotty in town now.
Thank you guys so much for getting me to 400K, and because of that, everything in the link in my bio is free. So enjoy me getting slutted out. Bye.
you know last time we had the chick clapping with the butt? She clapping with the tetas. Let's get to it.
Fishy pussy is not what that man wants for dinner. Get your ass up, make him some catfish, collard greens, and cornbread. As you can see, I'm cutting up my peppers. That is a jalapeno pepper, that's a red pepper, and this right here is a habanero pepper. I'm also going to cut my bell peppers. They're all the same, really. They're just different colors, the red, the yellow, the orange. But you're going to cut those up too anyways, and you're going to throw it all in a big-ass pot. As you can see in the next slide, this pot is going to be big as fuck because this is what you're going to use for your collard greens. As you can see, it's already butter in the pot. You're going to add some onions, and then you're also going to add a scoop of garlic. Be heavy-handed on the garlic because garlic gives it extra flavor. You're going to season your peppers and your veggies to your preferred liking. I like to drench mine in seasoning. If you're not sneezing, it ain't seasoned, okay? After that, I'm going to throw in my turkey necks, but I clean those first before I throw those in. I know y'all think I don't be cleaning my meat, but I know it's not my fault that you're dumb. You're going to pour in some water in a pot, just like so, and then you let that sit there and boil for like 2 hours so they can get real tender. This is the catfish. The catfish shouldn't smell like fish at all. It should be cleaned, and I hope your pussy doesn't smell like fish either.
Damn!
You need to go get that checked out. But you're going to season that up to your liking. Drench that bad boy in hot sauce and mustard. It makes the fish taste extra flavorful, and it helps the seasoning stick. You see that? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Anyways, after that, you're going to start on your cornbread, but you're going to let that fish marinate on the side. Cornbread is easy. Just follow the box. 2 eggs, 2.5 cups of milk, because I like to, add extra milk to mine. Some vanilla and hella honey, so it's sweet. Nobody wants no nasty, flavorless cornbread. We like sweet cornbread over here. Thank you. Pour that into your pan, and you're going to pop that bad boy in the oven. After those 2 hours are up, I like to throw my greens in. Yes, I clean my greens for the millionth time. I clean everything. Stop asking. I use fish fry to fry my fish instead of like flour or cornstarch. Fish fry is just better. And then I also use peanut oil to fry my fish because that's what my grandma told me. So that's what I do. And that's it. Mwah.
Okay, so Don Coop says if that's his girl, she better be getting paid. Because those is his cheeks. Don Coop said his girl can't be outside like this unless she getting the real bag. Don Coop, I agree. Well, me and someone was talking about this morning. We was talking about, I said, yo, I can't lie. I can do that with my girl if she's getting paid and the bills is getting paid and all of these views, titties is out and all that. You better be, all this money gotta go to the bills. Now this is when I become the pimp. Now this is when I sit home and observe everything and make sure all the bills get paid with the money and everything. This is where I come in. Yeah. But I can't go to work and you sit home all day and do thotty things like this and be a thotty while I'm at work. Now I got to be a part of the operation, or you got to take that shit somewhere else. We break up. Go get your own crib, boo. Do your thing. Yeah. I agree, dog. You're not going to have them titties moving around in the crib all day and niggas in your DM and I got to eat it up like a bird. Never.
Give your pussy a break from being cream pied all the time. Make some shepherd's pie for that man. Part whatever, turning hoes into housewives.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Do y'all hear what she come off and say first? Listen.
Give your pussy a break from being cream pied all the time. Make some shepherd's pie for that man. Part whatever, turning hoes into housewives. So you're going to get some canned corn, salt, black pepper, and a little...
Yo, you seen her? Yeah. Charles, you see how she came in the game?
Give your pussy a break from being cream pied all the time.
Yo, Charles, they do anything for the views, B. Anything. You saw Shorty? She's wild. Nasty work. All right, let's move on, man. That's crazy. All right, so let's keep it a little sports now. So, Slim Thug. Slim Thug says this goes back to when Homeboy hit the buzzer beater to win. Who hit the buzzer beater the other day to go to win? Oh, homeboy from the Pacers hit the buzzer beater, and you know them. The Cavs in trouble. They down 2-0. So Slim Thug says, if you hit a buzzer beater in the NBA, it's supposed to be in your contract. You are supposed to be rewarded with 2 thotties in the hotel room to have a threesome with you after you win the game. Check it out. This is nasty work.
Denver versus Oklahoma. That was a good ass game. Them motherfuckers came back and won that bitch. Damn. I ain't think I would see that happen in OKC. That was a whole blackout. Just snuck a black eye on they motherfucking ass. Them boys came back at the end and won that bitch. That's gotta be, that type of shit, that gotta hurt your feelings. Like, that gotta damn. That gotta take your heart down a rate, you know, shit. That was a good ass game, man. Gordon hit that motherfucking 3. He should have got the whole 3. If I hit a 3 like that in the playoffs, I need a 3 when I get to the room. You gotta have 2 bad bitches waiting on me. Like, man, you did. That's what my contract gonna say if I was in the NBA. If I'm in the NBA, any game-winning 3s are rewarded with a 3 when I get back to my hotel room. That's gonna be in my contract. I'm gonna put that in my contract outside the money. Y'all gonna be thinking. Y'all see how I think?
So what y'all think? Y'all think should that come with a little ticket? You hit a buzzer beater. Should the league have 2 thotties in there waiting for you, butt naked when you come in a hotel room? I wanna get freaky. Slim Thug is nasty work. I like that though. I like that talk. Why not, right? Why not? All right, so let's keep it a little sports. Check this out. Now, if you know about basketball and you know about Shannon Sharp, you know about all the stuff that's going on in the industry now, this is kind of crazy. So, Lakers GOAT. I don't know if you guys know who Byron Scott is. He won a few championships with Magic, Kareem and them. You know, coached a little bit of Kobe. I think he played his last year or 2 before he retired with Kobe when Kobe was a rookie, if I'm not mistaken. But they trying to take him down. They said that he's accused of a sexual assault for something that happened 25 years ago. So they at his neck right now as if he's no different than Shannon Sharp. Here goes another one. Shay baby. Here goes another one. You know what I mean? And I don't know if she's a white joint, black joint. We don't know. They haven't revealed her yet. But this is crazy. Byron Scott, you know, he's one of them in the NBA too. You know, he's one of them guys that works for the NBA. He's one of them guys that the NBA actually likes. You know, the Lakers, you know, the Bus family. You know, they show him love. They let him in the arena. You know, things could change for Byron from here. Yeah, baby. Yeah, they coming for black people. It's wild, Don. They coming for them. Now, Byron Scott, he's been a guy that walked the thin line the whole time. Though I don't know if he ever had any drug problems or anything like that. I didn't do no research on him. He is playing for the Lakers. You know, it's hard to live in L.A. and play sports. Let's keep it real. You know, being the Lakers in the 80s? We talking about disco fever, rocking. Yeah. Cocaine flowing in the 80s. Shit, baby. How you think Magic got caught out there? Because the girls love the Lakers. Yeah. This is like the cowboy team in the 80s. This is a fact. So it's nasty work for Byron Scott. Let me see where that goes with him. And, you know, it's just crazy. Now, a picture surfaces of Diddy out on the net. This is how Diddy looked in court yesterday. We're going to get there, too. They got Diddy looking crazy. That black dye dying out. The grays is showing. It's getting real nasty work out here now. Yeah, shit, baby. I don't know what Diddy about to do, but he looking stressed, B. I ain't gonna hold you. Diddy looking real stressy. This looks like Diddy at the all-time worst right now, man. For real. Then they gonna have the nerve. So, first of all, you're not even supposed to have no pictures, no phones in. You're not even supposed to have no phones in the court. How they get this picture? Like, who's playing games with Diddy like this, man? Yeah, shit, baby. Yo. That nigga look. Look, who playing games with Diddy like this, cuz? That's foul. How they even get this picture of this man in jail like this, cuz? This is fucked up, B. Yeah, baby. This is wild. But yeah, there he go. There he did it, didn't let go. Yeah. Look at Diddy got them niggas hype behind him in jail. Jail looking goody. Shit, baby. Everybody saying what up, Niche? Niche, what up, boo-boo? Yeah. Oh, you said what up, Niche, with the wet symbol. You know her shit extra drippy. You already know that, cuz. That's a fact. Yeah, baby. So yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that Diddy smoke. That Diddy smoke is crazy today. So this is Lou Will. This is the only nigga in the NBA that ever pulled off the 2 chicks living with him at one time, and he got 2 Dominican mommies. I'm not mad at Lou. Yeah, shit, baby. I'm not mad at Lou. Lou got him 2. Those is 2 good ones. Yeah. Those are regular boogers. Those are regular boogers. Lou done moved the boogers in the crib. Yeah, shit, baby. That's a fact. Shout out to Lou Wills. All right, so Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving talks about, we just moving through the platform, y'all, through the morning. We got a lot of smoke, so we just moving kind of quickly. So, Kyrie Irving talks about the NBA and how hard it is to make it in the NBA. So he wants all us gamblers and all us people out here, stop saying niggas is trash in the NBA. Yeah. Kyrie Irving wants us to stop saying that niggas is trash in the NBA. I ain't gonna lie. That's my favorite line. This nigga's trash. Word. Cause I'm a gambler. I put the bread up. I be on FanDuel. All these niggas is trash. I done called LeBron trash. I done called KD trash. I done called Devin Booker trash thousands of times. I done called Shea Gilchrist trash. I done called Anthony Edwards trash. Ben Simmons, I done called him trash for the past 3 years when it come to my money. Shit, baby. Yeah, they are twins. You talking about these girls? Yes, he's winning. And they both live with my man Lou Wills. Shit, baby. Lou Wills is the man for that. Yeah. But let's get back to Kyrie Irving. Yeah, so Kyrie Irving is talking to guys like me. He's saying it's hard for you guys who gamble a lot and everything, who do all this stuff. You're saying that niggas is trash. But how are they trash when only 450 people play in the NBA? There's 8 million people per year on the earth. So if there's 8 million people on the earth, only 450 people, period, not per year. Only 52 people per year get into the NBA. 450 people last. So he's saying that how can they be trash if the ratio is less than 1%? You know what I mean? So let's.
The population has increased. But when you look at how many players have come through the NBA, this is why I tweeted this a little while ago, because I don't think people understand. If there's only been 3,500 players that ever come in through the NBA, whatever it is, the number 4,500, whatever it is, right? And there are 8 billion people on Earth right now. And we have 450 players, or 450, 460, sometimes it varies. If we have 460 players and there are 8 billion people in the world, there's not just NBA players walking down the street like, oh yeah, let me just pick up a basketball and let me go try to be professional. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't want to mistake my words either. There are a lot of talented players. There are a lot of skilled players that are not in the NBA, right? Not everybody gets a chance, the opportunity to play in the NBA. But that is not the end all be all of basketball excellence. Like there's a lot of other leagues that you can play in now. The most popularized one, the most marketable one, the one that makes the most money is the NBA. But overall, outside of the politics and how, behavior gets looked at, people getting drafted, sometimes people lose their spot in the draft board because of performance and stuff like that. I'm saying outside of that, the people that have thrown on a uniform at least one time and clocked in 1 minute in the NBA, it's not that many. And that was my point. It's not that many. So for people to be like, well, he's trash. For me, it's hard for me to call somebody trash.
See, that's what I'm saying. So he's talking to guys like me. I have no shame in my game. I put the bread up. These niggas is trash to me. I don't care. Y'all are professional players. You guys are professional basketball players, Kyrie. You're my guy, Kyrie. You know that. You're from the town. Rock with you. Your pops is my father's friend, too. I just saw your pops the other day riding in the Porsche. That's a fact. Yeah. So, I'm just saying, Kyrie, when I say things like that, these niggas is trash, I'm looking at a professional players like niggas that miss wide open layups. Niggas got 10, they can't score 10 points, they average 15. Then I look at the guy who played in the NBA, who was point shaving so he can make money off FanDuel. We don't know this, Kyrie. We know y'all are human. We know that you guys sometimes you might get some top. You might get, some chick, one of these cheerleaders might give you some top before the game. Because once you have sex, get some top before the game. I play sports. The number one rule the coach say, you don't do drugs or have sex before the game. You have sex before the game, you ain't gonna jump as high. You're not gonna move around as you want to move around. We know this. You know what I mean? Because when sex, when you reach that climax, your knees kind of buckle. We know this. Especially if you get a good thotty. Yeah. If you get a good thotty, them knees is buckling. So this is what I'm saying. So we don't know if these guys are doing these things before the game and we're putting our bread on it. So of course we're saying they're trash. Because our money is on the line, Kyrie. Yeah. I wish I could show y'all my ticket from last night. I'm mad. I had a 19 parlay. Everything hit. Bum-ass Rudy Gobert. I need him to score 10. This clown nigga gets 9. And the last minute he's in the game, and this is like 10 minutes left in the fourth, because they take him out because the Warriors was going small. This nigga missed the last free throw. He had a shot. Why wouldn't I call him a bum, Kyrie? I need him to get 10, nigga gets 9. He is ass. Yeah. He is trash. Rudy Gobert will never rock with him in the playoffs again. He can't make a layup. He can't make a free throw. That one free throw cost me like $900 last night. And I wish I could show y'all the ticket. The only thing I felt Kyrie about in that whole conversation was him saying that there's plenty other leagues you could play in. NBA is not just the only stop. Because the NBA is just, the most commercialist. You're going to make the most money. But there's other places you could play out. Shout out to Clash TV. You know what I mean? They got their own pro league. We got niggas now that went from playing outside in the streets that was getting street money. Now they can say, I'm a professional basketball player. Shout out to Clash TV. Yeah. All right, so we kind of want to move along. Well, check this out. So a guy, my father right here, y'all see him, right? So a guy does an interview yesterday and he talks about my pops. Check it out.
Tony Lopez. Tony Lopez was the guy, especially when I was in high school, that made me feel like, because he knew how to court us. He'll take us anywhere to go play against top talent, things like that. And he had the gift of gab. He knew how to talk, and maybe some of that rubbed off on me a little bit, even now today, as a coach and things like that. And then I would say, the other two guys, RIP, Boston Keith. from the center.
Shout out to my pops, man. Rest in peace, man. Love that guy, man. Yeah, so that guy was having an interview. They sent it to me yesterday. I had to put it up on Instagram. It's the facts, man. You know, my father walked around this town and, you know, he just, you know, did everything for everybody, man. You know what I mean? And I just appreciate people just acknowledging that and, you know, keeping his legacy alive. And, you know, there's more that I want to do. And I'm trying to put it all together now because, you know, I am going to do more for my father, like have a, you know, a Tony Lopez day up there, you know, and everything. So I'm just trying to put it together. So, you know, so all you hating ass niggas that, you know, felt like, you know, you don't want to help Shay because Shay been in a mansion his whole life. Shay drove Europeans his whole life. Stop hating. Help. Because my father helped everybody and didn't ask for a dime. Yeah. Me too. Me too. I know millionaires that I done helped out. Niggas ain't give me 5 cents. Yeah, niggas ain't give me 5 cents. But they knew I could do something for them. And I just did it because that's how I was taught. You know what I mean? But now the game done changed. I got my own platform. So if niggas that are thinking that way, kick rocks. Because you know what? These lights is still on, baby. We still here. Shout out to you, Pops. Yeah. Word. All right, so let's move on. We had this. Let's get that out the way right now. Shout out to my man, Reef Hustle. We're going to start the show off with my boy, Reef. Oh, no, 100%. We did that yesterday. That's my man, Reef. Was that what I was trying to show? I think it was this. Yeah. This is where we at.
Really what the prosecution here has to prove.
Josh, there are 3 sets of charges. The least serious are the prostitution charges, and everyone knows what that is. That's the exchange of sex for something of value, usually money, and there has to be an interstate component. And here, some of these women were crossing state lines. Then you have the sex trafficking charges, and what separates sex trafficking from consensual sex, and we know that adults can consent to sex, no matter how freaky it is one of 3 things: force, fraud, or coercion. And in this particular case, the government is alleging force and coercion. Force speaks for itself. Diddy himself, his security, all the weapons that were confiscated. And then that coercion, that's that drug element. The victims here are alleging that they were drugged and forced to participate in these freak-offs, these orgies, over the course of days. Then you have...
All right, so that's this from the show the other day. I just showed a little clip of it. We will get back to the Diddy case. But for now, hold on, let me see if I still have it in there. Did I put that in there? Let me just make sure. Because we want to talk about game. The game house got taken. Let me see if this is even in here. Okay, we getting into it right now. The game. So they took the game's house. The feds ran up in his crib the other day. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Before we get into the game first, I wanted to watch the press conference last night with Jimmy Butler. We're going to get to the game.
Jimmy, you haven't done nothing yet.
Draymond declared that tonight Jimmy became Batman and Buddy went from Alfred to Robin. Do you guys have any comments on that declaration?
No.
I'll start out.
No. I'm Batman today. I saved the day. He's still Robin.
All right. Well, I'm still Robin, yes. And Steph's still Batman. And Buttered is still who he is.
I mean, Buttered.
But you had another good game, man. Except for that stupid thing you did at the beginning of the game when you didn't have on the right shorts. It's not real Robin and or Batman like.
Buddy, what happened with the wardrobe malfunction?
Jimmy switched it out. It was Jimmy's fault.
Okay.
Jimmy switched it out, and that's what happened. So I was looking for my shorts, and I thought it was the right one. He said, "Yo, put these on." It was right, and that was the.
That's what you're going with.
Yeah, I'm going. Jimmy, it was Jimmy's fault. His locker's next to my locker. I was looking for my shorts. He said, yo, why can't my shorts? Oh, it's here. I put them on and look just alike. And after that, got a fine for it. So it's cool. It was Jimmy's fault. Blame Jimmy.
Jim, I mean, obviously, you know, there's always so much responsibility on you, but when you see Steph go down,
Responsibility in the shorts, too. Like I'm telling you, a lot of responsibility on him. He's not doing his job.
when you see Steph go down, what does that communicate to you? What are you trying to, and then what did you see from Buddy when Steph goes down?
I saw Butler be aggressive and make some timely shots and get stops in a big way. I think we all want 30 back. That is for sure. But we want him to do his best for himself, best for our group in the long run, in the long haul. And until then, we can hold down the fort. I know we can.
Jimmy, you've been through these types of things before. What psychologically happens to a player? You put everything into this, and then you can't play. Like, what is that going through?
It's tough. One of the greatest to ever do it, and he wants to be out there. I think he knows, and we know, how much easier the game is for us whenever he's hooping at a high level. But I think we're all prepared to compete and win without him. We don't want to, but we are prepared, and we may have to. So we'll see what it all means and what it all says come tomorrow.
Draymond mentioned that you two guys were kind of going back and forth in the huddle even. Do you feed off? I mean, we've seen you guys go back and forth. You're doing it right now.
Ask him why he was going back and forth.
Why were you going back and forth?
Because when I'm not going to say exactly what I say in the locker room, but when I got a mismatch in the post, don't cut. Stay on the perimeter.
If you got a mismatch, you ain't gonna score the ball.
I am gonna score the ball. I can't score the ball when you cut into my space. You're a shooter. You're not even a cutter.
Bro, you seen it score the ball.
You saw what happened when you shot a layup in the first quarter? Smokey Robinson. That's exactly what you did. Use the backboard too.
Smokey Robinson.
Do you guys feed off of this though? I mean, is it like when you can do this, does it translate to what happens on the court?
It actually does. Because I respect Butter so much because he knows whatever I'm saying.
My name is Buddy.
But that's short for Buttered. He knows what I'm saying is always towards winning. Same thing that Draymond does and everybody. And you can talk to whoever you want to talk to like that in the moment, and then you move past it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had another something in the huddle. He was like, you know what, you're right. And we move on because the main goal is to win. He understands that I just want to win. I understand that he just want to win. So we're able to talk to each other.
Perhaps.
Smash them like buttons. You heard Niche.
Contributions up and down. I'm curious what you thought about what Looney's done really in the last 2 games and what Spencer did today.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat was big. He came in, I'm sure you guys saw flashes in the Houston series where he's just being aggressive, just getting down the floor, getting stops, scoring the basketball, crafty. And Lone is a pro's pro. And whenever you call his number, he's always available. He doesn't pout, he doesn't complain. He does his job, and he does his job at a high level, and that's why he's a champion.
Facts.
You guys, Gary compared you to bickering brothers. And you're the little annoying brother, and you're the older brother.
And what Gary is.
I don't know, maybe he's the middle brother.
The clumsy one, always doing the dumbest stuff ever.
You literally wore the wrong shorts. The audacity.
Do you think that this creates kind of a little family environment?
Yeah, I think we really do enjoy being around each other. We really do enjoy when somebody else is playing great. And whenever everybody else is shining, everybody's happy. So it's a good feeling to have this energy.
And did this energy and relationship kind of help when you got here, it seemed like it didn't take long for you to be part of the group.
We had to make sure he got his joy back because somehow he lost his joy. We're not going to say where he lost his joy, but somehow he lost his joy.
Why do you keep doing this? Do you even know what these are called? What are they called?
2 fingers. Are we done?
Shout to Germany. Hit the like buttons, Germany.
Wow.
Jimmy, Steph's obviously a very unique player, not just how good he is, but the way he plays. With him out, it seems like the...
All right, so the playoffs is getting good. We can sit there and watch that forever. But, yo, I like the way these guys are interacting. I like the Warriors a lot. I'm not going to hold you. Now, losing Steph Curry is going to be big for them, though. I don't know if Steph could come back. How long? I think he pulled his hamstring last night. I think a hamstring is like 2-3 weeks. So they could be out the playoffs by then if they don't win this round. So if you get Curry back, it seems like you get him at the end of the series or you get him back at the beginning of the next series. So Jimmy Butler is a winner. Jimmy Butler's a winner. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, baby. Jimmy Butler said he could hold the fort down regardless. Yeah. That's a fact. All right, let me see if I can find this game stuff.
Get your brand right in front of each video that we do here on the channel. Email me ogod@hiphopun.com to find out about our 50% off rate.
I think
right
this
now.
is it.
ogod@hiphopun.com. Hit me right now.
All right, let's see what this is.
All right, let's talk about this. So
Okay, that's it.
Story. We've been talking about this story for.
All right, we got it. We got it. I'm glad we got it. All right, so the game. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the game, the feds ran up in his crib today and took the crib from him. I don't know why. Me getting ready for the morning show, just like how y'all find out, a lot of this stuff I just find out too, but I pull it up. This guy right here has been on it since it happened early this morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. So let's get to that and see what's going on with this man game.
Maybe 4 or 5 years now, maybe even longer than that. So back in 2015, a woman by the name of Priscilla Rainley, she was on a VH1, reality show. She got game, and on that show, she pretty much accused Game of essaying her. Now, she sued him, and she won a default judgment of $7 million. Now, she has been going to great lengths to collect it because sometimes people don't know a judgment is just a piece of paper. But now, once you go to the, if you start petitioning the court or motioning the court to actually start collecting, it gets very, very ugly to the point where the Game officially just lost his Calabasas mansion. Now, according to All Hip Hop, a judge ordered it sell to help cover the $7 million judgment owed to Priscilla Rainey. Once again, 2015. This has been going on for almost 10 years, 10 plus years now. She finally, is going to get some right now. They're saying that the sale of the house, it should be worth about $3.2 million. Back in January, the Game filed a motion to, dismiss the whole claim, but the judge is, going forward with this, and it's sad. Now, they were also saying, right, because I guess there was some funny business going on with the title and Whack 100, who we know, Cash M. Jones, was I guess both of their names, were on it, and they were going after alter ego doctrine, meaning you could have a separate business, right? But when they pierce the corporate veil, when a company tries to pierce the corporate veil, they try to say that, all right, you created this business to do this. You created this business to put it in this thing to hide it from this. You create this business and it's acting as one, not separate from yourself. Because if you have a business and your person is two different entities, if you exercise those entities the way you're supposed to exercise those entities. Now, there's a lot of ways people can find out. They can go through your bank records to see what you're spending. There's other things that they can, do to find out, if your company is an alter ego, but look it up, dig into it, man, a little educated over here. So we know what's kind of going on with the whole situation. See, when you're in business, for a long time, you learn things like this. You learn about, judgments and people. I used to actually do, when I was doing my credit, thing years ago, I used to actually do judgment recovery, and I never really did it, but I understood, it's like a whole market. Like once somebody gets a judgment, they don't know what to do. Yeah, you can go after people's bank accounts. Yeah, you can, go after their wages, but there's other things you can also do. And Priscilla went to the extra length to say, all right, if you got some assets, I want a piece of those assets. I need your house. I need your car. If you got jewelry. Now, somebody who's in a similar situation is Dame Dash. Dame Dash is in a similar situation to where he had a judgment entered against him. He ignored it, and it got to high levels to where he can't, afford to do anything with it. So if you ignore it, they can either put you, in prison. There's a lot of things they can do. But if you ignore a court order, you can be put in prison for contempt of court. Does it happen often? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but it does happen. And we seen. I did a story last week where the judge was talking about, definitely possibly throwing Dame Dash in prison if he did not. I should say jail if he did not comply with the court order to come in and share his finances, share his W-2, share, what he got going on financially, so that the person that has a judgment against him can, discertain how much money they can get, what they can get, what he owns, because it has to be paid off to satisfy this judgment. Now, another way you can go, I'm surprised the game didn't go. He may go here now. Maybe it's too late. It's bankruptcy. I'm surprised he didn't file bankruptcy. I guess he thought that it's something that he could do, and keep, move things around. But in this country, it's very hard to do. It's you have to set yourself up from the beginning to avoid stuff like this. Once you're in it, once you're tied up in litigation and something's already done, it's over with. It's almost like somebody committing a crime. Like, you ain't think about it before, you just acted. But now you're trying to go back and clean up your steps, and it ain't gonna work, bro. You had to already say, all right, let me prepare myself for this before I go into this. Let me cover my steps. If you didn't do that, you're going to miss a step. And it looks like the game missed some steps. Unfortunately, he's losing his mansion. As of right now, anything can change. And, at least it takes down some of the debt. But that's not a good look. That's not a good look. And I'm going to say this. I don't blame the game. I wish he would have fought it, right? Because if she's lying, she's lying. But if she's lying, you can't let her go to court and beat you, right? Because if you don't say anything, then all the judge could do is listen to her side. But if you go in and you fight it, and you got the means to fight it, now if you ain't had the means, that's one thing. If you ain't got the means, you don't got the means. But if you have the means to fight it, you have to defend yourself. You have to defend yourself. So even Dame Dash, like it's and some stuff is cut and dry. Some stuff is definitely cut and dry. Whatever the case may be, you did something, you got to pay for it. I understand that aspect of it, but Christ, like, come on, man, come on. So Game did say that, here's his statement. He wrote in 2016. He put, every girl on that show will tell you, I never touched this chick or ever desired to be anywhere near her. She got kicked off the show, and as a result, she filed this lame lawsuit, which was probably her intention before the show even started. But the thing is, you may have been right, but you didn't show up. That's like me. I go sue Jay-Z right now for whatever, and he don't show up. He don't send his legal representation to show up. I get a default. I win. It's like we got a bout. We got a boxing match, right? It's me versus you. We don't know who's going to win because we never got in the ring. You ain't never show up. So the judge raises my hand and say, look, you're the victor because you never showed up to fight. Same type of situation. So it's a hard lesson for the game, to have to endure right now. And do I feel sorry for him? I'm not going to say I feel sorry for him, right? I'm not going to say I feel sorry for him. I'm just going to say that he should have did a little bit of better, job of defending himself. Especially if he was making millions of dollars. You feel what I'm saying?
All right. So I feel bad for Game because it's just like with everything that's happening, we see Byron Scott go through it. We even see these guys yesterday even put out a lawsuit on Smokey Robinson. They just took the Game's house. Fellas, I'm telling y'all, these women are nasty work right now. So if you got a good one, you better keep on to it because it's hard, man. They are nasty work. I got a friend of mine right now who just met a female. You know, he told me she let him smash a couple weeks ago. He can't find her at night now. She don't pick up the phone. I was like, yo, this is 2025. You are a smash for her. This ain't what you thought you smashed her. Nigga, she smashed you. This is what these girls are doing. These girls are dudes these days. They are smashing us now, man. That's it. We gotta run with it. You know what I mean? And then, you know, men, we are thirsty, so we smash these women, and then look, they get in their feelings, and now look. Game just said he kicked off the show. Now he's saying she raped him. Nigga just took his mansion. That's nasty. Now, even if Game wins the case and Game gets his mansion back, right? It's just the stress that dudes gotta go through now dealing with these females in 2025. Ladies, y'all are nasty. I'm sorry. Y'all are putting together, y'all finding these buzzbees, and y'all are going to get money from celebrities, and this gots to stop. It gots to stop. It's getting nasty. You know, because now it becomes a thing where it's like, you know, even when you're trying to put away Diddy, now that they keep doing it, it's sort of looking like this is a rehearsed fake lawsuit so they can get paid. It's looking fake now. Smokey Robinson from 40 years ago that just did this to Bill Cosby. This is crazy. Smokey Robinson is gonna be locked up right now? That's crazy. Patricia, what's good, boo-boo? We used to say that about Halle Berry. Remember when Will Smith got cheated on to anyone can get it? Yes, a fact. Now, I'm not saying all women are nasty work. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the YGs. You know, these new, you know, and even the old joints. Because, you know, what do you think? These chicks that are putting these lawsuits are young women? No, look at this girl right here. This is an old-ass woman. This is real. Hold on. Let me see if I got it in here. This is real. These are old women. This ain't no little kids that's doing all of this. I mean, the young girls doing this to Shannon Sharp. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? The young girls definitely doing that to Shannon Sharp. That's a fact. But I'm saying the girls that are saying that Smokey Robinson didn't touch them, these are 60-year-old, 70-year-old women that's trying to get paid from shit that happened 40 years ago. So all ages are groomed now to get this money. All ages are groomed now to get this money. Okay, let's get into now. Let's move along now. We done got to this game. We done got to the NBA talk. Shout out to Jimmy Buckets. Lou Williams for having two baddies in the crib with him. All right, it's time to get to this money. Let's talk this Diddy talk. Let's talk this Diddy talk. Take that, take that. They gonna Bill Cosby that man. They definitely out to Bill Cosby that man. All right, let's talk this Diddy talk. Diddy is definitely outside. Now, this guy right here, this is funny, right? This is the owner of TikTok, right? This nigga goes to the court case yesterday and brings a bottle of baby oil. What type of shit is this? Look.
Supporting you guys. I got recognized here when I went in the court building by another media outlet, so that is good. You guys and your support is working, and my growth is working. So thank you guys so much. I pray for all of you guys, and please send me love and safety. Love you guys. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of TikTok. Patriots, here's one very interesting thing about, oh God, there's a glove on the ground. That's crazy. Now, here's one thing, guys, you might not know this, but I was able to sneak out a little bit of evidence. Not true, this is not spiked. But anyway, the interesting thing about the jury is they're saying it's like an 8-week trial. A little bit of evidence. Not true, this is not spiked. But anyway, that's crazy. Now, here's one thing, guys, you might not know this, but I was able to sneak out.
Look at that. This nigga brings baby oil to the case. Yeah, shit, baby. This nigga bought baby oil to the Diddy case. This is the owner of TikTok. What a goofy. Yeah, shit, baby.
Out a little bit of evidence. Not true, this is not spiked. But anyway, the interesting thing about the jury is they're saying it's like an 8-week trial. So a lot of people were in there and they're like, how am I supposed to take off my job? And this is the funny thing about jury duty. You know, the judge is saying it's the great honor of every American to get to do your jury duty. But it's like, one of the guys in there is like, I just started a new job at a hotel. You know, I know they're supposed to not fire you and Q, but you know, they don't pay you. They should pay you whatever your wage is at your job to be a juror for that time, because to take 8 weeks off of your life, you can't go on vacations, nothing. So that is a problem that they're having.
Yeah, he's right. He is definitely right. You know, they want you to go in there and be a snitch and make no money. What type of shit is that? They want you to go in there, be a dry snitch, make your decision on why a nigga go away for life, and you make no money. Yeah, shit, baby. I'll pass. I will pass on that one, bro. Shit, baby. That's some lose-lose stuff. Exactly. You want me to put away at somebody and be broke for the week? 8 weeks? Nasty. How do you even pay your rent? Let's say you live in check to check, right? How are you even paying your rent, though? That's what I'm trying to say. How are you even paying your rent? How are you even paying the rent? You feel me, Harlem Romeo? Nisha. Yeah, shit, baby. How you gonna pay your rent and you gonna have to do jury duty? Disgusting work, man. This is how they got my man Diddy looking out there. Let's go back to this. Loving you no more. I can't keep loving you no more. Yeah. Look at my man Diddy looking 70 in the face right now. Baby. Diddy was looking like money. You can tell this is definitely an AI picture. Look. His hair's all black right here. And then they got him, this is how he really looks in court. Nasty. Yeah, shit, baby. They gotta let Diddy out, man. They gotta let him out. They got him looking crazy, fam. All right, so Jay-Z and Beyonce. So there's a girl running around here right now, and basically this woman is saying that she got some evidence from her father. Now, her father used to be a famous owner of a pizzeria online service. They were like the first online pizza delivery service. Yeah, this is in like 97, 98. So the father becomes very wealthy, becomes very well off, and starts becoming friends with like Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyonce's, and all of this because the guy lives out in Vegas or LA or something like that, right? So the girl goes to the police and she's like, to the feds in Vegas, she's like, listen, you guys can solve this case against Diddy now. My father has all the evidence in his computers in the garage, in his garage, where all his cars are. Go get those old computers. You guys will solve the case. Him and my father were best friends. They were talking crazy over the phones and over the internet, on emails. Go get the computers. They told her, kick rocks, leave the station right now. Because she didn't want to give him her address. Because she didn't want her address in the paper. Because they knew that they were going to use her name and stuff like that in the paper. and everything like that. So she didn't want to give them her address, which the cops can find out your address at any time. So I found that kind of stupid. Just give them niggas the address. Who cares? Anyway, listen to this girl.
Wire Wright is not wrong about Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I'll tell you how I know that. My name is Madison Clares, and my dad is Brian Cups, the co-founder of Cyber Slice, the first online pizza ordering back in 1996. He's got connections to Usher, to P. Diddy, to many other elites as well. I even found evidence that connects him to P. Diddy and Usher. And the reason I came forward about all of this was because actually 3.5 years ago, I left my dad's house because he was assaulting me in front of my little brother, grooming my little brother on TikTok. I always stayed to protect my brother. Couldn't protect him anymore. So I left and made a police report. And police said that there was no evidence, even though they could have gotten a warrant and searched my dad's garage and gotten all the evidence they needed. My dad has held onto all of his computers. He's got a whole museum in his garage. Well, I found evidence recently, so I went to police. I went to FBI. FBI shut the case down, specifically Officer Madero in Las Vegas. Shut the case down because I wouldn't provide my address. My dad has had witnesses unalived. Would you provide your address? No, you wouldn't. I stand with Jaguar Wright. I stand with Allie Carter. I stand with Megan Walsh. I stand with Kibby Linga, and I stand with every single survivor out there. I love you, and I support you, and I will fight for you.
Yo, y'all are going crazy in the chat. They called her Moon Chin. They called her Moon Face, and they said she's all cap. How you gonna be capping and have the moon face and the moon chin? That's crazy. So y'all think she's capped? Now, she's saying her father got all the evidence. I don't know. Who goes against their fair? I would never do that to my father. Never. Ever. Ever. It's hard to say she's capped because this is like, how you snitching on your pops like this? You better be capped. Anything for the views. Tom, what's poppin'? Beep Bop, what's goody? Kaylee Jane, what's good, boo? I see you. We got a new Shay Baby in the building. Shay Baby. Let's roll her cute behind now. Shout out to Shorty. Hey, any new female pull up? This is the strength of this lives. We may not have thousands and hundreds of thousands of people in here, but the majority of them are females. So that's good. All right, so, like I said, Shorty could be lying, but if she's not, I don't understand why they wouldn't go get the evidence and the computers. They just threw her ass out of the federal building and told her to go home. You know what I really think? I think the father's powerful. I think the father knows them. They don't want to blow the father up. The father probably called them and said, "You kick that bitch out if she gets there." If she come there with some bullshit, you get her up out of there. J Leo, what's goody? No disrespect. When do the victims take the accountability for their actions? Cassie was messing with Ryan Leslie. Did she turn into a woman and then she started messing with Diddy? You get what you asked for. Facts. Time. That's what I've been saying. They all know. This is why I have a problem with what's going on with all of this. Smokey Robinson should not be going through this. Byron Scott should not be going through this. My man, Bill Cosby should not be going through this. Now, R. Kelly, he should go through this. R. Kelly should go through this because of what he did with children. That's okay. We can live with that. You know, if you got a daughter, you got a niece, you got a little sister out there, you don't want that to be you. So we can live with that. But with these cases that are going on with things that are happening years ago, it's hard for me to live with this shit, man. Because they don't know if it's real or not. And it's real. I don't know. Now, I done said this 1,000 times and I'm going to say it again. Diddy, Cassie, nasty ass man. But he paid her. So he's not that nasty. He paid. He's a civilian again. He paid. But then, now, you got people saying, what happened to the little girl who said Diddy and Jay-Z threw her in the car? That's out the window. That stopped. She said he lied. The father said never heard about it. Got that girl out the way. How long is it going to take? How much money is it going to take to get the majority of all these people out the way? What I think is going to happen with Diddy, I think at the end of all of this, he's going to lose a lot of money. And the only thing he's going to look bad for is this Cassie shit. That's what I think. Got niggas playing around with this case like this shit is funny. The TikTok nigga bringing baby oil to the case, he's a goofy for that. He's a goofy for that. You know, what are you trying to say? You was participating in these baby oil parties? There's nothing. You'll just get butt naked and get oiled up and just slide all through the house? Let's talk about it. TikTok, man. Why do you have baby oil in your hand? You trying to go viral? You own a website and an app that everybody on there acting like fools trying to go viral. This is what you doing now? You trying to be the niggas on TikTok? You bringing baby oil, recording it, just so we put you in the reels? You're a clown. You're a clown, fam. I'm my word. And I don't care. He can kick me off TikTok. I don't be on TikTok like that. That's for little kids. I ain't gonna hold you. He could kick me right off. I don't be on that goofiness. All right. So, let's get into it. The list. They got the list now. I guess they had to give it to the jurors or whatever. But somebody leaked the list out of the celebrities that they got their eye on in the case. And these three right here are definitely on the list. But Shorty right here got the list. Let's talk about it.
Michael B. Jordan was named in the Diddy trial yesterday, and we are now finding out why. It's now being reported by Rolling Stone that Michael B. Jordan was named in the Diddy trial yesterday because he had a relationship in 2015 with Cassie Ventura. And Cassie Ventura talked about this in her lawsuit that she filed against Diddy. She said in 2015, while she was shooting a movie in Cape Town, South Africa, she began a flirtatious relationship with an actor. He claimed that she spent New Year's Eve with this actor, but Diddy soon found out, and Diddy called the actor and threatened him. The actor then proceeded to call Cassie Ventura and tell her, "You really need to call Mr. Combs." And now, according to the Rolling Stone, they actually talked to representatives of Michael B. Jordan that confirmed he is the actor that Cassie Ventura was talking about. Michael B. Jordan won't be testifying in the trial against Diddy, but we don't know exactly how his name is going to come into play. We don't know if it's going to be part of Cassie Ventura's testimony against Diddy, or if there's going to be evidence shown like text messages, phone calls, and more. It's even crazier about all of this. A couple months after the situation where Cassie alleged that Diddy threatened Michael B. Jordan for having a relationship with Cassie, Diddy would then throw an after party after the BET Awards, and Michael Jordan tried to attend, but it was like he got denied entry. It was being reported at the time that Michael B. Jordan got denied entry because it was too full, but just listen to how he talks about this.
How was the awards, man? Nice. Don't even matter. It don't matter, dude. Don't send me outside to get you. I ain't see that. He's smiling. Yeah, have fun. They're not gonna let him in. What is going on, man? Well, I'm in LA, bro. I know, it's crazy. I thought Puff's in for it.
A lot of people, including myself, are shocked to hear that the whole time the actor was Michael B. Jordan, because I thought this connection was going to come into play because of Lori Harvey. You know, back in 2019, there was a lot of rumors flying all over the place that Diddy and Lori Harvey were in a relationship. Around this time, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Gina Hunt, talked about Diddy and Lori Harvey having a relationship, and at the same time, the press and the media were catching Diddy and Lori Harvey out a lot. And then a couple months after all of the rumors of Diddy and Lori Harvey dating, we would then find out she would get into a relationship with Michael B. Jordan. So this was where a lot of people, including myself, thought that Michael B. Jordan's name was going to come into play during the Diddy trial. But it's even crazier that now we're learning that Michael B. Jordan's name is coming into play during this Diddy trial for Diddy allegedly threatening him for having a relationship with Cassie. All of these celebrity names coming out is just the tip of the iceberg, because we have 109 celebrity names that are somehow going to come into play during Diddy's trial. Buckle up and get ready, because next week is when everything really begins and we start hearing all of the details. But for now, y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Wow. 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 Yeah. Shake, baby. It's getting nasty day by day, fam. Day by day is getting nasty. And you know, we here. We are here. Shake, baby. We covering everything. Well, we've been covering everything from the beginning. We started off, you know, this month will be a year since we've been doing the morning shows. So, yeah, definitely. We've been covering Diddy since day one. Yeah, shake, baby. He's cooked. He's definitely cooked. It's crazy out there. Uh-oh. Let's give us some burn.
Thank you guys so much for getting me to 400K. And because of that, everything in the link in my bio is free. So enjoy me getting sledded out. Bye.
So that's the new Cooking with Kaya. Yeah, shake, baby. Let's give her applause for them chests. She clapping with the tetas. That's crazy. We saw Shorty clapping with the butt. She clapping with the tetas. She wow. That's a fact. All right, let's get back to the smoke. That was just a little intermission for you, you know, guys who like to be cooked for. You know. Look what she said right here, though. This is crazy.
Give your pussy a break from being cream pied all the time. Make some separates pie for.
She said, give your coochie a break from being cream pied all the time and cook your man some food. She is wow. She is wow. Look, Dawn.
Fishy pussy is not what that man wants for dinner. Get your ass up, make him some catfish.
Listen to what she said.
Fishy pussy is not what that man wants for dinner. Get your ass up, make him some catfish, collard greens, and cornbread. As you can see.
Yo! It's crazy, man. I'm not gonna hold you. Shout out to the thotties out there, man. Y'all are doing whatever. Whatever for the bag. We just talked about this. It's nasty. Yeah, Niche. Yeah, Niche. Niche got the eyes up. Niche, let me find out you be Niche about to start a cooking show like that. Niche, can I be a part of that show? Can I be the chef? Can I just be bagging? Can I just make the plate? You can do all the twerking, have on a nice little two-piece suit on. Who would like to see Cooking with Nishi? Yeah, baby. Who would like to see Cooking with Nishi? Nishi in there with a two-piece, tight little suit on, butt all out. Cooking with Nishi. Yeah, baby. Cooking with Nishi. Hell, I'll take the phone call. Yeah, baby. I'm back done. You know I'm gonna watch the show. Yeah, Niche. They want you cooking with Nisha, Niche. Yeah. Cooking with Nishi. Niche, Niche, we want to know what type of outfits would you wear on this, Niche? You know, you could wear a little bedtime outfit, you know, no panties on, you know. New show alert. New show alert. Cooking with Nishi, that's a fact. Niche, let us know. We want to see this. Dinner with the big drips. Ooh, I like that. I like that, Charles. Dinner with the big drips. So, Charles, we could put them in nice little lingerie outfits. You know, had them just dripping all over the place, cooking good soul food and seafood plates. Whipped cream in an apron. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Lee said she'll put on whipped cream in an apron. I hear that. That's crazy. Nothing but a shoelace. Yo, the Nisha put a shoelace G-string on right up her chest, right up her butt. That's it. That'll be crazy. And just so we don't get flagged, we can paint her nipples, right? We paint her nipples, put her in a nice little shoestring, right? That'll be fire. Her and Patricia and Michelle. Dinner with the big drips is coming soon. Facts. All right, so we got some more smoke. We got our girl, you know, she gonna tell you how it is. She got something for us.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you were here for the Sean Diddy Combs trial, we have you covered. I know you guys are wondering who are the jurors, who has been kicked out. And guess what, you guys? We looked into it, and we have the name of every celebrity that has been mentioned in the Sean Diddy Combs trial thus far. And baby, it might surprise you. For one, Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child was mentioned. And no, she ain't a friend of Cassie. I'm just saying. On top of that, we have the DL on, no pun intended, Diddy. We have the down low on the jurors that look like they are going to say, if you guys don't know, it's voir dire. Everybody, the prosecution and defense get a certain amount of to get jurors out of there. It's almost like a first round draft pick. It looks like they already know who are going to be the first people that are going to be a part of the Diddy jury. Are y'all ready? I know you're all. Let's get into that. What y'all want to hear about, the jury first, or do you want to hear about every celebrity mentioned in the trial? Okay, let's get into this. Every celebrity mentioned. Okay, first off, Michael B. Jordan. Now get this. The reason he was mentioned is not because he was at a freak off. At least I hope not, baby, because he ain't scared. He dated Cassie and Lauren London. He said, I will take every girl you have, Diddy, and I wish you would put a bomb in my car. Anyway, right? Michael B. Jordan previously dated Cassie. When Cassie sued Diddy in November 2023, her relationship with Michael B. Jordan was referenced in the lawsuit. Of course, you guys know Diddy and Cassie settled the lawsuit. Again, some people are whispering, is Michael B. Jordan going to testify? Or has he given a sworn affidavit? That's when he says it under penalty of perjury. In federal trials, penalty of perjury is why people tell the truth. They can put you in jail for up to 5 years. So you have penalty of perjury, you have deposition, and of course you have testimony in the witness box. Nobody, I don't think that any of the witnesses have been deposed thus far. Michael B. Jordan may have given a sworn affidavit. However, regardless, he is not on Diddy's side. Okay?
Crazy.
So he ain't testifying to Diddy's good nature. Harvey Pierre, we already knew Harvey Pierre was going to be bought in. He's the record exec who has worked with Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment. He's also mentioned in several lawsuits.
Okay, Handy, we already saw all the people that's going to be, so she's a little late. Shorty that before her, she had the real tea. But yeah, I thought he was going to get bailed too. I ain't going to lie to you, Handy. I thought too. I felt like they was, they was just trying to keep him in there for some time, then they was going to let him out. But, of course, we're all wrong. Yeah! Diddy gonna have to fight this. All right, now let's get to the real news. Because Shorty just running her mouth right there. I had something that was kind of, this is good.
So Diddy, today is the first day of the trial, right? And it was jury selection. It says that What is this? I hate when it does that, when it jumps up. A business attire class, Sean Diddy Combs admitted he was feeling anxious Monday as his sex trafficking trial kicked off in Manhattan federal court. Combs, 55, ditched his drab gel dust for a blue sweater over a white button-down shirt as he sat at the defense table observing the jury selection process. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm a little nervous today, the embattled hip-hop icon told Judge Subramanian, hope I'm saying it right, asking for a 2-minute bathroom break after roughly 90 minutes of jury questioning in a halting anticipated case. The Harlem native.
You should have worn a suit, a good conservative suit.
Right. Maybe he was trying to go for the innocent prep look. I don't know.
That doesn't work. There's a psychology with that. If you have a case where severity would be in your best interest, you wear a dark suit, black, dark gray, charcoal gray, very dark brown. If you want to do something where you want to open up an appeal to the subconscious of the jury, you wear lighter browns, tans, and things like that. If you're trying to be the prosecution, they get away with dark suits. Or if you're trying to look authoritative, you put on a dark suit. If you want to be somebody that the jury opens up to, you wear a lighter brown, tan, beige suit. And that's psychology. And they used to have classes about that. So you learn how to dress for success at a trial.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and by the way, what they have him on trial for are essentially Mann Act violations, and that's something that goes back before World War I, and the FBI was created to set up the Mann Act and to do prosecutions, and basically what it was for the historical significance is first black world heavyweight boxing champion Jack Johnson had a white wife. And she used to travel with her friend girls, and they travel all over the United States. And some of the people, the Southerners particularly, did not like that. So they came up with a thing about transporting females across state lines for illicit purposes, aside from it being a very sexist statute, which has some problems in today's environment where you're supposed to be neutral on those things. The FBI came into being to get a black man and persecute him. And I hate to go to the race thing, but that was the sole purpose for the Mann Act.
Mm-hmm.
So they got Jack Johnson when he was riding with his wife on a train across a corner of Georgia to get to a seaport to go on a trip to Europe. And the first stop they made inside of Georgia, U.S. Marshals flooded the car. The FBI was there, but the FBI was not allowed to be armed in those days, and they arrested Jack Johnson. He got tried and convicted. He got 1 year as his sentence in the penitentiary, but he escaped and fled to France. And his mother just had to see her baby boy one more time, and he tried to sneak back in the country, got caught, and he served his 1 year sentence, but 5 years for escape.
Mm-hmm.
So he got out and got killed in a car wreck in 1946. Obama wouldn't pardon him, but Trump posthumously pardoned him.
Right. Well, moving forward to Diddy, who's on trial for basically the Mann Act, it says more than a dozen of the possible jurors were then grilled one by one in the first stage of the selection process about their answers on a questionnaire they filled out last week. One possible panelist, Jury 20, admitted that she liked a video on her Instagram page of a comedian poking fun at the 1,000 bottles of baby oil the Fed said they found when raiding Combs' mansion. She was allowed to stay in the pool of jurors after saying she could judge the case fairly. Another would-be juror, a chief marketing officer at Simon and Schuster, was excused after revealing that her employer was planning to publish a memoir by the singer I'll Be Sure, who was once married to Combs' deceased ex-girlfriend Kim Porter, with whom he shares 3 kids. Several celebrities, including Kanye West, actor Mike Myers, and center star Michael B. Jordan, came up on a long list of names of people who could be mentioned during the expected 2-month trial. No details were given about in what context the names may surface.
Oh, my fault. No, Don, I was saying you right. I didn't notice that I could do that. That's why I was saying I got the computer right here, and I saw that I could heart it. So, yes, Don, I'm sorry, my dude. You know you, fam. Definitely give you a heart. Pause.
Possible panelists will later likely be asked about their views on the hip hop industry and on people engaging in sexual relations with multiple sexual partners, among other topics, before learning if they've been selected to judge Combs' fate. 12 jurors and 6 alternatives will ultimately decide whether the famous flashy multimillionaire is guilty of leading his Bad Boy Records company as a depraved criminal enterprise for decades. So, Judge, I want to ask you, jury selection, how to pick a juror. Is it a different
Depends on what you're doing. It's like the same thing with the suit. Do you want to be severe or do you want to be friendly? I had a 16-year-old boy who was charged with first-degree murder, and they were seeking the death penalty. 16-year-old. And the first time it was 11 for guilty and 1 for not guilty. We took a different strategy on the second trial, and I passed and let get on the jury the mother of a federal prosecutor and 2 ex-cops because I thought they would be strict in applying the rules of law, which were going to be important for this case. We got an acquittal, and it was good, even though a lot of people were outraged by the acquittal because 6 months later, somebody else confessed to the murder. The person was on death row in Tennessee, and he found God, so he confessed he was the one that did the killing. So I guess that worked out all right. Stuff like that happens. You see, it's jury selection. You wouldn't ordinarily think that you would put some prosecutor's mother when the people involved are in white and there's a black defendant accused of killing some young white girl. You wouldn't think that would go in.
Kaylee Jane, have a good day, boo. We see you later.
But it did, and it worked. We got a quick not guilty verdict on that. So it depends on what you're trying to do.
So the defense, because do they pick juries different from the prosecutor? Like, is there a difference?
Yeah, it is.
So
it is. In other words, the prosecutor.
You've been on both sides of the table and a judge. So
I've been both. In the prosecution, you want somebody who goes along with authority, and that can get bad. As a judge years later, I was very dissatisfied with a jury panel, and I actually set the verdict aside as a 13th juror because I disagreed with it. And when I allowed both sides to interview the jurors after the trial, the foreman said, oh, there was a lot of reasonable doubt. We knew there was reasonable doubt, but we figured that the smart defense lawyers kept us from finding out what really happened, and we figured the police wouldn't have arrested him if he hadn't done it. So I just said, oh, no, So I set the verdict aside. The guy went back to trial. It was in a different courtroom. It was rough, but he wound up getting acquitted. So you have to do something to protect these type of things from happening. That is just what's going on. And the other thing too is this Diddy case is unusual. He's charged with 1, 2, 3 counts, basically of Mann Act violation. But the indictment goes on for 17 and a half pages. And usually a 3-count federal indictment on Mann Act stuff takes up 1, maybe 2 pages, and that's it. So they went at great length in New York trying to build a case on him by making it hard to get a jury that was not going to be influenced. The other thing is when you're selecting a jury on a trial like this, it's like bringing up some judges on a food cooking contest, and essentially what you're trying to do is put people on there who can handle the dish that's going to be put on their plate without being squeamish about it and enjoy it. You don't want somebody to assess rare steak who is turned off by bloody meat, nor do you want somebody on a sushi judging contest who can't stand the idea of raw fish bait. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
Crazy.
Well,
That's nasty work, y'all. All right, so we done here for the day, man. Hour and a half rocking out. I got a few things I'm gonna do for the day. Check out the reels throughout the page. Like you know, they always flowing through the page. That's a fact. Getting them comments, I will talk to you 100%. Now, Diddy, we here. Diddy, we was here when it first started. So we here when it's gonna end, man. We gonna cover everything. So for the next couple of days, next couple of shows, it's all about your man Diddy. Baby Oil Diddy. Baby. Pause. That's a fact. All right, y'all. Smash them likes. And I'll see y'all on Friday for Freaky Fridays for sure. And I might get on tomorrow, late night tomorrow, maybe around 10 o'clock. So if y'all available tomorrow night, maybe we could rock out tomorrow night. Maybe. Thinking about doing the dirty side tomorrow night. You know, why not, right? All right, y'all. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good looks again on Pulling Up. And it's love. Let's see that drop again from the Knicks.
What's up, y'all, man? Check out Shea Baby TV. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir! The Knicks is back on tonight. Let's see if my green can get a win out there, man. We Lord knows we need it. We down 1-0. We never thought the Knicks would be doing what they doing. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to my man All Ball, too. All Ball, I know he is happy. The Knicks are up 1-0. Kenny Anderson, you got to say you sorry to All Ball. Come on, Kenny. You better call All Ball personally and let him know that you was just playing, that the Knicks is going to win more than one game. They already got one in now. Can the Celtics win 4 in a row? We'll see. I'll see y'all on Friday. Freaky Fridays. It's love.
Welcome to the VIP section.
Jay, baby, y'all. 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 Jay,
vibes, make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel if you like what's going on, if you like all the hip-hop and the sports news, and you like everything that Shay Baby's bringing to the table, make sure you like and subscribe. You already know the vibes.